Hi there, this is Callum Thompson, e-learning support officer for the Business School. This is the fifth in a series of 6 short videos looking at the Moodle Unit Self-Checklist. I've looked at instructions, expectations, support for students, assessment and organisation and content, apart from the last point which I'm going to jump back into, and later in the video I'm going to look at this single point on reading lists and resources. But as in the last video, I missed out our explicit instructions provided for interactive activities. Apologies for that. The only reason for it is that the piece of software I'm using for screen recording has a limit of 5 minutes, and essentially I ran out of time. So, as this is going to be a shorter video with only one point in the next section, I'm just going to jump back and have a look at these explicit instructions. Now, within our demonstration Moodle area, we only have the announcements form at the moment. There's not many other activities which have been set up, which, no problem. It might be something they want to set up further down the line. It's good to get students interacting on Moodle and discussing and kind of sharing information. The point which is in the checklist, which is to do with explicit instructions, is simply giving information to students about how they should use a form. So for example, the announcements form is quite clear. It's where the announcements come through. So it's got general news and announcements. If you're setting up a new activity or an assignment, when you switch your editing on and you're in an activity, and I'll use a forum as an example, but this is standard to all of the activities or the add an activity drop down menu. You'll have the forum name. You then have an introduction. Now, as I said, this is standard. Now, it's always good to put in some information about how you expect the students to use that activity. So if it's a forum and you have a specific use of that forum, such as discussing work placements, then you might want to put into here, this is somewhere for you to discuss your work placements. This is the information I want to put up here. You obviously don't want to be too prescriptive. You want to give them a bit of flexibility to discuss and kind of let it become quite organic, but a bit of kick-off instruction is really good there. Likewise for assignments or assessments, then you want to put in the brief there for them as well, just so it makes it clear. Or if it's a longer brief, then something that directs them to the brief, perhaps in the course handbook. Okay, so as far as the fourth point in our organisation content goes, that's not really applicable, so I'm going to put an M for it. Okay, so reading lists and resources is an easy one. If I jump back in, I'm not going to obviously save this activity, but once I'm back in, if you scroll down, quickly turn my editing off actually to activate this. If we scroll down to where it says library, we have the link to the full reading list. There's then the link to the book that they want them to buy. We've then got the essential books and the further reading as well. So we can see that these are feeding through fine from the library. If there's nothing there and you expect them to be, then it's best to go down and speak to the library or a member of the library staff about that and just see why. If you want to make any changes to that, you best go down and speak to the library at the moment as well. But that is automatically fed through. It should be automatically populated. If it was there last year and it's not this year, then you might want to just kind of check out and see why. Okay, so as far as are the reading resource lists available in the library in the right hand block? Is it automatic if the library has up-to-date lists? Yes. Okay, so that is our reading lists and resources. In the next video I'm going to look at readability and navigation.